So Tracy says, in your experience, Brent, have you encountered people like myself whose Kundalini awakens spontaneously and who can't sense their intuition strongly enough to understand what Kundalini wants of them? I don't have the connection with my Kundalini that others seem to have. I had only meditated for calming anxiety prior to the awakening. Somehow, I feel like mine occurred when I started trying out using tarot cards. Could that have been the spark? So I would say here, I'll pivot off your point of using the tarot cards. When you were practicing with the tarot cards, you were turning to an intelligence outside of your own mind for support, for insight, for guidance. So you're already open to receiving some form of information, useful information, through a relationship with an intelligence outside of your own ego, outside of your own mind. So to me, it seems like you're primed to have a relationship with what I would call Shakti or the divine or your intuition or your higher self, or as Cosmos says, your guides, however you would like to call it. Seems like you're open to this idea that there is a source of intelligence and information and guidance outside of my own mind. So all we have to do is we just take that same attitude and apply it to this idea of there is a wisdom here that I can commune with, relate with, receive support with from. Not everybody has this open audio type dialogue where they say something and they hear a response from Kundalini or their intuition or their guides or God. Not everybody. For some, it's a one-way dialogue where they just make a request and they know they have such a deep faith that they don't even need to hear a telepathic message. Yes, of course, your prayers are answered. They just know it's answered. They listen to their body. It's a feeling. So as we know, there are many of the sort of heightened abilities, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. I don't know what others there are. But anyway, it's same like learning. Some learn visually, some learn auditory. Some learn through, the written word, whatever. Some feel, right? So for me, for the most part, I'm a feeler. I don't really get visions. I don't get messages. I feel, but messages do come through in an auditory way through a voice when it's very clear that I need to hear something. So I invite you to just be flexible with how this information can come through intuitively. Open yourself up to this idea that Kundalini is not this force outside. It is you. It's always been you. It's what digests your food. It's what puts you through puberty, all of that sort of stuff. It's just now it's also putting you through a new transformation, a new type of puberty, you could say, a spiritual evolution. And if you happen to say, hey, show me how I can relate with you, let it go, be open. You may start to get some interesting experiences that help you to learn how to relate in your own way. There's about 20 people here. I guarantee we all relate with this force in a different, unique way. Very different. And so be open to the different ways. And you'll see it's a relationship that needs to be cultivated. In the beginning, you're like a stranger. Over time, you become very, very close. And like a normal relationship with human beings, it takes time, it takes experiences. We have to develop a way of communicating. We develop trust and that sort of thing. So it's very much a relationship, a very real relationship.